I'm single by choice, but you're not single by a choice. You can't get a man to commit to you in marriage. If you're out here sleeping with every basketball player, every football player, every rapper, every CEO, you will not be a wife. And so those oftentimes are the women that say, I'm single by choice, but you're not single by a choice. You can't get a man to commit to you. He might be the person that you can call to have a good time with. He might be the person that you can sleep with. He might be the person that you get to bring to events. But if he's not committing to you, there's a reason why. I think that there are too many women that are saying, I'm choosing myself now. The truth is, they've made so many bad decisions in their past that now they don't qualify for the man they want. And so now they're like, I'm single by choice. But are you single by choice, or has rejection made you choose that?
A man who protects his peace is often misunderstood. People think he became distant, but really he became careful. He used to give everyone access to his time, energy, and loyalty, until life showed him how expensive the wrong people can be. So now his circle is smaller, not because he hates people, but because he finally values himself. He stopped chasing attention, fake friendships, and meaningless conversations that only drained his mind. And honestly, solitude taught him things noise never could. It taught him discipline, patience, and emotional control. That's why he no longer fears being alone. He fears losing the peace he fought so hard to build. Because a man who finds comfort in his own company becomes very difficult for the world to shake.
They don't care about you, gentlemen, only what you can provide. Hold the line, gentlemen. This lesson needs to stick.
Do men ever approach you and say, hey, how's it going?
I actually went on a date with someone who approached me one time. He was just riding on a bike, actually, like up here, and I was just walking. And then he was like looking back, and I was like, oh my God, he's gonna come up to me. I was like, he's kind of cute. He's gonna go up to me. And then he came up to me. If you approach someone in the right way, it can be quite charming.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes I'm like in the mood for just like a 2-minute chat, or like even a 1-minute chat.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just straight up say, like, I'm not in the mental state to be having this conversation right now, and I'm gonna go that way.
One awkward comment, one nervous moment, and suddenly you're painted as the bad guy in her story and the group chat. It's wild how fast harmless intentions get twisted into something negative. So men learn to play it safe, keep quiet, and stay distant.
I saw this tweet, men aren't obsessed with women anymore, and it's weird. And my first thought was, what the fuck are we supposed to obsess over? We're supposed to obsess over these irrational feminist values and principles? Are we supposed to obsess over these all-time high levels of neuroticism, disagreeableness, selfishness, entitlement, egotistical thinking, narcissism, promiscuity? We're supposed to obsess over these all-time low levels of inhibition and integrity? We're supposed to be obsessing over this overt lascivious behavior constantly exhibited on social media, photos, videos that were once confined to your boyfriend's phones, now on display for the world to see, constantly exposing us and desensitizing us to the female body? We're supposed to be obsessing over these detrimental mentalities and pernicious attitudes and behaviors that aren't conducive to a healthy relationship? Why in the hell would we do that? We're not obsessing because the traits that we normally obsess over, you know, feminine in class, pleasant disposition, interdependent, emotionally stable, and mentally healthy, those traits have depleted significantly. Women aren't women anymore, and that's weird.
Divine masculine energy is back.
There's a stat on Facebook, and basically it says, men are not obsessed with women like they used to be. Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And to be honest, no, I don't find that kind of weird, because what exactly is there for men to be obsessed with in today's world? Women have left no room for imagination, none whatsoever. It's like your sense of entitlement is out of control. Your expectations are unrealistic. Y'all walk around showing your bodies half dressed, half exposed 24/7, out smoking, drinking, partying 24/7, on the scene 24/7. A lot of y'all are not even coming with nothing to the table because you're too busy with your hand out trying to see what man got the next bag so he can sponsor your lifestyle to make you look like you're living a lifestyle to post on the internet. It's like a lot of y'all don't have common sense. A lot of y'all don't know how to hold a conversation. A lot of y'all don't have no originality about yourselves. Everybody is getting the same body. Everybody is getting the same hairstyle. Everybody looks the exact same. And it's like, y'all get that confused. Oh, well, men like that. No, men will fuck that. But men are not wiping that and they're not cuffing that. And I think y'all are starting to realize that. And then the first thing y'all want to say is, oh, well, they're gay. They're sassy. No, they're not. They're just tired of what you guys are presenting. And if y'all are here to give them free pussy, free looks, and free everything they ain't got to work for, why would they? But they're never going to take you serious. So it seems to me like a lot of y'all are now starting to realize that you're either losing value or have lost value from chasing attention. And now that's something that y'all got to deal with, and y'all can't face that fact.
They'll wake up eventually, but only after the damage is done. By the time the lesson sinks in, the chances they took for granted will be long gone.
Feminism is absolutely a loss for men. That is the honest truth. Because patriarchy built a space for men to win off of the losses of women. For example, men gain a family. They don't have to do much to get that. A woman not only potentially loses her life, but she loses a life that she understood. Her mind literally changes. Her body changes. She often has to form a new relationship with the world and herself, while men just continue to be themselves. The same thing happens with men's careers. Women were in the home, building a home for men, not expecting men to come home and to add to it. He was only detracting from it. He came home and he took his dinner, he took his clean clothes. He often disturbed the peace within the home, and that was allowed. There are many ways in which men win at the loss of women within a patriarchal system. It's a bad faith argument to say if women really want feminism, they'll go 50-50 with you. You're asking women to compensate for the loss of access to them. When men are losing access to women due to feminism, women are gaining back their autonomy. Autonomy that was always theirs to begin with. Autonomy that men and society collaborated to take from us. And when you say, well, now you can work, now you can do this, so you can pay 50-50, it ignores all of the other things that women are still currently facing. Right now, women's rights are on the table, even our right to vote. But you're less concerned about that and more concerned about 50-50. You're less concerned about actual equality, actual fairness, actual equity, and what feels fair to you now that you've lost something. Losing access doesn't feel fair, but it is.
Men don't want sex, ladies. They just don't. They don't want sex. They need sex. Some of the men were like, girl, what you talking about? I want it. No, you don't want it. You need it. It's an absolute necessity for men. The problem is he doesn't want to have to beg for it. He doesn't want to always feel responsible to initiate sex and intimacy. And here's how a man deals with rejection. The first time you reject him, it's like, okay, no problem. The second time you reject him, he stops trying. The third time you reject him, he's no longer interested, and he literally disconnects. He turns distant. He turns cold. He'll climb into bed. He'll watch a little bit of TV at night, turn his back to you and go to sleep. And he's angry about it. He's frustrated about it. He's disappointed that he has to fight for something that God told him he was owed and due. Because sex for men isn't just physical. It's how he experiences connection. It's how he experiences acceptance. It's how he experiences affirmation and closeness. What you think is merely a biological reaction is actually how your husband connects with you. Men become emotional once they physically connect. Women need to feel emotionally connected first, then they want to be physical. Houston, we have a problem. Doesn't that sound quite problematic? We ain't on the same page. Different designs, different makeups, different DNA.
Therefore, they're checking out completely.
The more you want him, the less you'll have him. The more you want something, the more you are repelling it. Have you noticed that every single time you let go of the desperate need that you want something in your life, it'll come around your way? The more you want him, the more you want anything in life, the more you're raising its importance. The more you raise his importance in your life, the more you're putting him on a pedestal. If you put him on a pedestal, you're still left down here. This man is so far out of your reach, and it's no one else's fault but your own, because you put him there in the first place. All of a sudden, the chance of you actually meeting him organically, you and him finding to each other in this life naturally, is completely out the window. If you want this man in your life and you want him to come naturally to you and meet organically, to fall in love with you, distance yourself, remove him from the pedestal, fill your own cup, become obsessed with your own life so he can be obsessed with you as well. Because you remove the importance of it. You're so busy building your own self up, your own life, fill your own cup, that things all of a sudden are attracted to you rather than you seeking it. Otherwise, you will never be an energetic match.
Dating is hard as a single woman. It is awful. It's honestly worse than I could have ever imagined.
What?
Honestly, it was easier being single at 19 than it is as a 25-year-old.
That's fucking crazy.
Wait, why though?
I feel like guys used to have so much confidence and they'd approach you. Like, I don't know, when you're younger, it's just so much easier. I
They
feel
haven't
like
been rejected as much.
Yeah. And now I'll go out and I'm like, woo, you know, I'm going to get some attention tonight. And no one speaks to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I the most hideous human in the world? Like,
No. Me and Cass always speak about this though. Like,
the bar is in hell.
we've spoken about this a lot of times, and it seems like it's an issue that's getting more and more traction. Like, it's not actually getting solved.
Women mock men for not having confidence, but they're often the reason guys hesitate in the first place. The judgmental looks, the dismissive tone, the cold attitude, it all adds up.
They actually went into the reasoning behind these men not going and speaking to women. And I believe the list was scared of rejection, scared of like an HR response or being reported or Me Too'd in some way, shape, or form, not being successful, and just not feeling the need to walk up to women anymore was also one of the many answers that men gave on the list of reasons why they no longer approach women. So it's interesting out there.
People say, just shoot your shot, but forget how risky it's become. One misunderstood moment can ruin a man's reputation, or worse.
What are men doing wrong?
Oh, a lot. Whether it's the chicken or the egg, the men are not asking women out. Now, the bottom line is we're having a problem post-pandemic where men are not asking women out. I don't know if it's a white man disease right now.
I think it's soy milk.
They're afraid they're going to get
I'll tell you what it is.
canceled.
My experience pre-Lauren, when I was running around my single days, like we didn't have the apps, and if you saw a woman, you had to go up.
Right. At the bar, the restaurant, the gas station, they used to come up to you at Whole Foods and say, hey, can you help me with this? Is this a good salad dressing?
Yeah, and you had to show you were interested, and you had to say something.
Take their number.
It is harder, I think, and also because
But you
of that,
saw what you're getting in person, so you knew that it wasn't a lie
that's
on
true.
the apps.
And because of that, also, I think when you found somebody, you were much more
Interested.
Yeah, and you stayed longer.
The
because,
level of interest is higher.
Yeah, and I didn't have 18 other options, right? There was,
If this doesn't work out, fuck her. I'm going to go to the next one.
Now it's like, hey, I have 15 things. They didn't check one of the things. Let me swipe 18 other times. I'm done with this one.
Men adjusted to the new rules, while women avoided accountability. Rather than growing together, many shouted, leave us alone, until men actually did.
There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Alone is just a fact, and that we can embrace and make decisions about. Loneliness has got an emotional charge to it, and that's very much a matter of perception. You can be alone and not be lonely, and you can be surrounded by all kinds of people and be completely lonely.
Being alone just means no one's around, but loneliness is what happens inside. Some surround themselves with people just to avoid silence, yet still feel empty. Others embrace solitude and find real peace.
A lot of what's going on with men right now, it's loneliness, it's isolation, it's touch starvation, it's suicidality.
Sexlessness as well.
Sexlessness. And it's no individual person's responsibility, but the real problem with this is that these are not problems that men can solve on their own. This is exactly why this is the problem that men are experiencing. Because as men, we are taught to be independent. We are taught to be, you should fix everything on your own. And so men have fixed all of the things that we can fix on our own. The only thing that's left is the things that we must rely on other people for, right? So no one's complaining about, I mean, a lot of men are obese, but there's not like an obesity, there is a crisis, but that's not what's bothering people. That's not where we're losing the war. We're not losing the war on baldness, right? So there are lots of things as a man that you can fix in your own life. It's just the real challenge is that no one is willing to take responsibility for any level of connection with men. And so that's not something that is going to get fixed because you need another human being to hug you. Like you can't hug yourself. It just doesn't work.
Touch starvation is brutal. It's not just physical, it's emotional starvation. Men today are isolated, craving connection in a world that tells them to tough it out.
Dude, men are f***ing lonely, bro. People don't seem to understand that. 77% of suicides, men. Every 5 minutes, a man commits suicide. Dude, like, who's gonna f***ing step up and be like, yo, I got you guys. Like, hey, there's a couple guys, but obviously they're getting censored. Community is extremely important. And people bash and shit on communities, but communities that are oriented towards the development of self and authenticity will stand the test of time.
Social media was meant to bring people together, but it's done the opposite. Everyone's connected online, yet emotionally distant in real life. Conversations feel shallow, attention spans shorter, and authenticity rare.
Usually loneliness, where it all starts? Not with your relationship with others, the relationship with you. When's the last time you were there for you?
I remember driving in the car and having one of those times when stuff started coming up. And I was like, yeah, but I'm older now.
Imagine I'm the aspect of you that feels really lonely and hurt and alone.
Yeah.
And I come up to you. What's your name?
Zach.
Zach. I'm like, Zach, I feel so lonely. Would your response be like, you're older now. Be more responsible. Is that what you tell me? Imagine that's your own kid. What would you tell that kid? Dad, I'm hurt and I feel very lonely. Would you hug him?
Yeah.
So why are you not hugging yourself right now? That kid's right there screaming inside. Come on.
One of the most comforting truths is realizing the person you are now is who your younger self needed. It's more than a cliche, it's healing. Growth doesn't erase the pain, it redeems it. Gentlemen, remember this. You deserve kindness, understanding, and love, especially from yourself. That's real strength, not weakness. Defensive about her drinking. Listening to her talk is the real reason.
Did you know that if a man rejects his partner sexually, apparently that woman loses her ever-loving mind? And when I discovered this, I was so ashamed of women everywhere because I was like, this is so contradictory. This is exactly against what we've been promoting for the longest time. And then introspection arrived. The mirror appeared. And I was like, I've never been rejected by a partner before. So I genuinely don't know how I would react if my partner rejected me. I'm literally speechless. Like, I would feel repulsive because men stick it everywhere. So it's like, are you not attracted to me anymore? Are you depressed? Like, what is happening?
When a man rejects intimacy from his partner, it's usually either 1, he is going through hell and is exhausted physically, mentally, and emotionally. 2, his partner has seriously damaged her connection with him.
All right, y'all, 4 reasons why this type of guy doesn't approach women anymore. Let's get into it. They don't play games. This type of guy is very direct, not into playing mind games, or deal with women who are playing hard to get, not into wasting their time. But 2, social media, dating game has become more shallow and superficial. This type of guy likes depth. Number 3, this type of guy doesn't like surface level conversation. He likes to have an intellectual exchange. Not too much of that going on today. Number 4, the way women date and approach relationships today completely turns this guy off. This guy is looking for a unicorn and he is not willing to settle until he finds her.
Things that shouldn't be rare now feel impossible to find. In a world obsessed with appearances and ego, genuine connection gets lost. All they're asking for is peace, not perfection, but even that feels distant.
There are more single men without kids than there are single women without kids. Yet the narrative online would make it seem like it's men out here that got kids and it's hard to find a man who don't have baby moms. No, it's actually more in reverse. I always say the loneliest person is a single man.
Yes. In what universe?
In general, there are much more lonely men. And the loneliest person is a single man, not a single woman. Because again, if that single woman tomorrow decides, I want a man's attention, she can do a few things to make it happen ASAP. I don't care who she is. That man does not have those same avenues.
Are you saying they're not getting no action, Jackson?
None.
Wow.
The truth is, genuine affection for ordinary men has become rare, and loneliness keeps growing.
Thanks for watching, brothers. Remember, stay focused, stay free, and keep walking your own path. If you found value in this video, drop a like, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on self-mastery and independence. Until next time, walk tall.